Hi, and welcome back to I'm a Happy Enchilada. And if this is your first time with us, thanks for tuning us in. I'm Don Culver, and I'll be your host. And today, we have a topic many of us have struggled with. It's self-acceptance. Yeah, some of us received negative messages as children about our worth or abilities that caused us to struggle with our own self-acceptance. Depending on the severity of the negative messages we received, we've harbored feelings of being less than, feeling worthless, and not measuring up to someone else's expectations for us. Now, feeling this way can last throughout our lives if we don't do something about it. I think therapy is always the very best answer, but I know some folks are not comfortable with that. So if you feel that way, no worries. Our episode today will give you some great info on how you can get to a better place and start replacing those negative messages from long ago, or maybe just last year or last week, with new positive and powerful messages to take you boldly into a brighter and more successful future. So let's start right now, okay? Self-acceptance is defined as an individual's acceptance of all of their attributes, positive and negative. When we're self-accepting, we embrace every part of ourselves, not just the positive things. And here's an example of what self-acceptance might look like. Now, a man going through a divorce who feels like a failure might experience self-acceptance as acknowledging that he made some mistakes and that his marriage failed, but that does not make him a failure. Well, like that. And why is self-acceptance so powerful, you ask? A lack of self-acceptance limits your capacity for happiness. It also affects your psychological and emotional well-being. It keeps you focused on the negative aspects of yourself, and these negative thoughts create negative emotions. Doggone ambulance! Next, what is the key to self-acceptance? Here are 3 positive actions that people can take to increase their level of self-acceptance. Be as kind to yourself as you are to others. See your mistakes as opportunities to learn, and notice things you do well, however small. Now, is self-acceptance a power, you ask? Well, self-acceptance is the doorway to our authentic power, and when acceptance is lacking, it's one of the biggest stumbling blocks to a person's solid sense of self and serenity. Without self-acceptance, there is no true freedom. So what happens when you don't accept yourself? Well, when you don't accept yourself, we often behave in ways we find even less acceptable. A lot of us have these harsh critics that tell us we're bad and wrong, that we should have done this and we should have done that. Well, it's hard to feel good when we spend a lot of our time criticizing our own lives, right? So what is it called when you can't accept yourself? It's self-loathing, a feeling that resembles self-hate, as it constantly pushes the idea that you're not good enough. As a consequence, you might feel like you don't deserve love, or that bad things happen to you for a reason. Is acceptance a part of depression? Well, feeling rejected can add to depression, and depression can perpetuate feelings of rejection. Rejection is an inevitable part of life, but it can still be hurtful, even when you're in a great headspace. If you experience rejection while dealing with depression, it can be even harder to navigate. Now, is acceptance the key to happiness? Happiness and acceptance go hand in hand. In fact, your level of self-acceptance determines your level of happiness. The more self-acceptance you have, the more happiness you will allow yourself to accept, receive, and enjoy. Whoa! In other words, you enjoy as much happiness as you believe you're worthy of. Well, I believe that's true, but I find it incredible as well, realizing how much control one's mind has over their ultimate happiness. How about you? So I guess that means that a healthy mind means a happy life, and an unhealthy mind means a life of struggle and negativity. Bottom line, I'm responsible for the degree of happiness, success, and feelings of well-being in my own life. Same for you. And that makes reaching for the very best version of ourselves a goal worthy of working towards. Now, experts say by accepting yourself, you unlock the door to greater psychological well-being and a happy, healthy, and successful life. Hey, I think we're getting a good idea what this self-acceptance is all about. So let's start looking at some ways we can begin to increase our self-acceptance, shall we? First, embrace what makes you unique. A good place to start is to think of things that make you special. Then, let go of the things you can't change. Identify your strengths. Set goals. Celebrate your accomplishments. Plan ahead. Think positively. And be kind to yourself. And don't forget self-talk. That's super important. Here's some examples for you. I am a good and caring person. I deserve to be treated with respect. And there are people who love me, and will be there for me when I need them. As always, start out easy on this now, and just choose a couple things to start working on. You don't want to overload yourself and get burned out, right? Well, that's all I've got. So until next time, God bless and be a happy enchilada. Bye.